Sure, don't start
Oh,
so
sure.
aggressive.
Starting the class with problems. No,
Beginning the class with problems? What are you?
it's
Relax, teacher.
very early. No, no, no.
It's so early and you're asking me for examples? What are you doing, man?
You're very disconnecting.
You're very disconnected. You're very coursed. Damn. Okay, your turn, guys.
Okay,
Surprise me.
Sophie, the worst.
Yes. Do your worst. Let's go. Surprise. Surprise the old guy.
Okay, so if you don't want to participate,
He doesn't want to surprise the old guy.
yes, I know it's, for example, mm, let me think. Mm,
Think.
yes, I had one yesterday.
Hmm.
Yes, I remember. It's very romantic.
Okay.
Either you close your mouth, or I kiss you. Yes.
Either you close your mouth or I kiss you. Okay. But
Yes.
why romantic? I mean, why did he ask her to close her mouth?
I suppose that you are with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I don't know. And
Or
it's
your
a
husband?
very, yes, and it's a romantic moment. So you are with this person, and I don't know, something happened. I don't know. For example,
Like you really like the person, no? But it is not if you don't close your mouth, I'll kiss you.
yes, I well, I don't know if you have done this in your past, but yes, for example, your girlfriend, uh, well, this happened to me
Uh-huh.
years ago, was what this word, molestando,
Bothering.
bothering, yes, but in a funny way. And
Exactly.
it's like,
Like playful.
exactly, so that's the sense.
Yeah, well, that's why I ask because I think it should be a if. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an either.
Yeah, because you should have the mouth of the person with your kisses.
Exactly. Not because you have two options.
But yes, she has two options, teacher.
Either I close, yeah, either you close your mouth or I kiss you.
Or I will kiss you. I don't know.
I want to just to check if you want, if you are communicating what you want to communicate. Say it in Spanish.
Ajá, a ver, por ejemplo, en español sería como tipo, em, am, digo, es distinto, ¿no? Pero, por ejemplo, series como, te voy a cerrar la boca a besos, ¿no?
Exactly. It's a conditional. No. It's not an option. It's check this out. Te voy a cerrar la boca a besos means that there's a consequence to the first action. The action is kissing the other person, and the consequence is that she's going to stop talking, right? When
Ajá,
there
sí,
is a
sí.
consequence, we use if, not either.
Arruinó mi ejemplo, teacher.
You broke my example. Jesus.
Yes.
There's another.
It was, it was so good.
It was beautiful. The fact of that it wasn't beautiful, that part you can give a silver medal for effort, and for beauty. But for
Yes.
grammar, that was definitely not the one.
Well, I tried.
But anyway, how would you say that phrase in English? That sentence in English. I would say,
Without
um,
either.
first you are talking in future
Oh,
because you're
yes, yes,
saying
yes.
te voy a, so you
Or
gotta translate to I'll will because it's a promise.
or I'm gonna close your mouth with kisses if you don't shut up.
Exactly, precisely. There is a if. You see,
Yes, is there is a yes.
there is a if exactly. So not because there are two options. Because in the other side, you would say you have two options: or you shut up, either you shut up, or I kiss you. If you shut up, I won't kiss you. If I kiss you, I don't know. I don't know. If you don't shut up, I will uh, call the police. And if I kiss you, you will call the police. I don't know, for example. So that was very different, very abstract. The either would change the complete situation.
That's the reason I reprobate logic
Failed.
in high school.
You failed
Yes.
logic. Okay. You failed logic.
No, no, no. It's only I'm just kidding, but
I thought it was
it
real.
was so difficult for me. It's like A, so B, so then C, and
Exactly.
it's like
And the formulas are so confusing. I hate them.
I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I agree with
Yes,
you.
in general, definitely, I won't have a girlfriend in the United States.
Yet.
Not with this grammar, definitely.
Yet. Don't worry, brother.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
coming. Your green guy is coming. Yes.
Yes,
And
okay.
today with gentrification, super easy. You know?
Yes, I
The-
will like it. Definitely.
Excellent. Excellent. The day you want, we're gonna go together to see some gentrified sections and speak and get your girlfriend. Your
It will
American
be
love.
I love interesting, to have a relationship with another person that is from another country, of another country.
So yeah, right. It will be so different.
Because in my school there is a girlfriend that is from Korea, South
Okay.
Korea, and on the last weekend she sent me the Instagram. I don't know what is the word. Requirement. I don't know.
Request.
Request. And I say, yes. No. I only saw that we have friends in common.
Mhm.
But seeing her profile, her profile
Mhm.
was like, oh my god.
And okay.
Yes, and well, in the school, it's very strange that we, um, talk each
Uh-huh.
other because well, his Spanish is very bad. I
Mhm.
don't. But
So
yeah,
she communicates in what, in English?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, we don't have classes together, so it's like hola, and yes,
In
but yes,
hi.
hi, exactly. But I was imagining like it
How
will
would
be
it be?
very interesting. Yes.
Yeah. Do it, bro.
No,
Do
no,
it.
no, no.
Don't
Definitely
get
no.
yourself. No, no, no.
No, I
But
prefer a person of this country because yes, living in city, sometimes it's difficult to see or to meet with your person. Just imagine you
person from a different culture.
you travel, yes, throughout the Pacific. So
Yes, that's
that's
a good
not
point.
a good idea, no? Yes.
I
Yes.
agree with you. While she's here, why not?
I don't know, said teacher.
I don't... What do you think about this, Sophie? Should he date her?
I don't know.
I think that yes, you have to try to, because
Well, but
you can practice your English, so it's a very good,
Exactly.
and
well, but
you don't have to stay with her forever and ever.
I I know, but the main part, well, and it's the essential is that I'm not like it, like her.
Mhm.
So yes, she's no pretty yes, but no me gusta para acabar pronto.
I don't like her. I don't
Exactly,
like her.
yes.
I don't like her that way because it's very different to say I like you and I don't like you that way.
Okay,
You
so
know?
that's the reason. Yes,
Uh-huh.
it's like when in Spanish you say, ah, pues sí es una linda persona, pero pues no,
No me gusta.
exactly, no.
Yeah, that's actually a topic that we should talk about. Like how do you say, like how different is the language of relationships and love from culture to culture? Because in Spanish we have the word me gustas, and
Yes,
that word translated to English would be I like you.
I
But
only know. Like, sorry.
no, yeah, but that's completely friend related. If I tell you I like you, I can tell Sophie I like you, but I can also tell Chucho I like you, and that doesn't mean I'm gay.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Like it's very normal to tell you, "Hey, I like you. You're cool."
Yes, exactly. Yes, in
See?
Spanish would be like, hmm?
Exactly,
You
exactly.
know? Yes.
But in English, it's normal. How do you distinguish when the person is telling you that the person likes you?
I know a phrase that is, I'm into you.
Good, 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 good.
That is in a romantic way, right? Into you.
Exactly.
Yes,
I'm
yes, a
into you.
lot.
Exactly. Which is from the phrasal verb to be into something when you're interested, right? Because it's different to like a person than to be interested into a person.
Oh, well, yes.
Mhm.
It's very different. Yes.
That's the cultural logic. You see.
And even if you check this, I don't know, this word deeply,
Mhm.
it makes a lot of sense because when you are uh, into a person,
Mhm.
yes, you are interested in this person.
Right. Exactly.
It's like I would like to know your favorite food. I don't know. Well, it's an
Your
example, but
ways.
yes, in general, this is the main part because you
Mhm.
want to be with this person.
Exactly. You want to know more
Yeah,
about that person. You want to.
exactly.
Uh-huh. And you want not only that, you want them to know you. It's like so cute. Ah, that's beautiful.
Teacher, yeah, very much love.
Yeah, too much love. Yeah. Now
No,
let's talk
no.
about cars.
Yes, rude things.
Yeah. Let's talk about engines and motors and oil, and tacos. But the rest.
I haven't felt in love, yes, since a lot of time.
That's great because the time when 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 the time comes, it's going to hit hard.
It is interesting. Sometimes yes, ask to myself like, how would be? I don't know. It's interesting.
Exactly. But don't.
I think that it's there is not going to be like the first time. That's the yes. Because the first times I was 16 years old and I'm 21. Well, 20,
Yeah.
almost 21. So it's like,
I'm not going to spoil you the party. I'm not going to spoil you the surprise, but love can drag you to very, very, very innocent times. So cool. Yeah, exactly. Out of nowhere, man. So cool. But anyway, yeah, so my mechanic the other day, yeah. So,
yes, exactly.
so give me,
Yes.
do you have an example, Sophie? Because this guy is so romantic today and he's probably going to talk
Yes,
Yeah,
teacher, but
about love all class.
I love today.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was trying to think about a romantic example too, because I think that I'm in the same mood than Chucho. I don't know why.
It
But
puts you in that mood. It's
yes,
transmittable. That's
it
good.
was the
That's
only
good.
one that I had. The another was with food, but I don't want to talk about food because everybody no.
Let me see. Let me see if there is a saying in English to say el que hambre tiene en pan piensa. How would you say that
A
in
teacher,
English?
no. For example. Well, but this is that saying is in another sense, in another completely sense.
No, it can be that one too.
No, I would. Well, I use it with you know the way I'm
You know the
very,
way.
sometimes with
Oh.
actually with my friends, it's like that they say a very horrible thing.
Yeah. Yes, and you're talking about
Trust me,
that.
yes.
No,
The
but that's
food,
also applicable. It's about something that you want, not necessarily sexual. You know?
can be.
Yeah. Watch this. If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yes.
That's a really good one.
I
That's
didn't
a
understand, but yes.
no, but did you understand the quote?
I said, no, 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 no.
Ah, okay. Probably you don't know what's a nail.
But what is a hammer? And what is a
Oh,
nail?
oh, okay, exactly. Okay. No, no, these not
yeah,
nails. No, not this nail. No, 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 no. Nail hammer. This is a hammer.
No, teacher. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. I
So if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Like you cannot think about another thing.
no, 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 teacher. No. Es que si me tengo que. No, es que, ¿ves? Nada que ver.
Okay, that's good. No, but that's good. It's good to feel love and to 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 um to crave love. What is crave? That's another verb. To crave something is to have a very strong desire for something. So it's not bad to crave to be in love. Love probably is like a different thing. Like to be in necessity of love, well, that will be something different. But craving, feeling in love, like when you were 16 years old, that is something that it's nice and everybody wants it.
Well, but I'm not desiring to be in love. Exactly.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
just saying that it's beautiful.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Well, that's
it would
different.
be cool, because yes, if you met you meet the correct person, all these things. But in general, I think that is not a thing that you have to search. So that's the reason. But yeah, it's beautiful.
It just
It
comes.
just arrives. Yeah,
Exactly.
But I think that you don't have to search or looking for, but you can want to be falling in love for for something, you know. I mean,
you can want. Okay, again.
You can want to fall in love with someone, but you don't have to look for a person. It's I don't know if I
yes.
you know, and I think that maybe you deeply you want to fall in love.
That's a good point.
So he's analyzing me.
And that's cool. I think that's very, very cool because love is it's a really, really cool thing, you know? So I think that you are, yes. And the person maybe arrives whenever that person has to arrive to your life, but you are prepared because you want to love someone. You are romantic. You want to feel love.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is so interesting.
Cool.
I totally agree. Because you are longing for that. You are ready. Exactly. You are ready to receive, and that's the most important part. You know, at some point, it's like, okay, if that happens, cool, right? If it doesn't happen, well, I'm not looking for it, right? But if this happens, that'll be crazy, you know. That'll be, and it can drag you to your 16 years old easily.
I totally agree with Sophie. Yes.
Me too. Me too. That's what happens. And that is, yeah. So also, you know what? Not like all the guys, most of the guys. Now let's say the regular guys, they don't accept, or we don't like to accept that we want to fall in love, because we are not like openly speaking about our feelings, you know.
Yes. It's so, like, oh no, I have to be strong.
Exactly.
Okay, yes.
I have to be a man, you know. So whenever that, like, there is a man who admits it, it is also like valuable, special, you know.
Yes, I would say that as a woman, that is a very, very good point for you. We know, that the guy is open to express his emotions and his feelings, and yes, it's something, I don't know how to, it's something that we like about you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
We guys have a factory flaw. Do you know what is a flaw?
Factory flaw? No.
Factory flaw. Factory flaw. Imagine this.
No, I'm not a sneaker.
Yeah, but I can help you. Look at how the model here is in the wrong position.
Oh, yes.
This is not because they are fake. It's because in the factory there was a problem at the production, right? That's a factory flaw. I cannot see a factory flaw here. But yeah, you know, like when you are making something and they have incorrect positions and things like that.
It's a pretty way that.
Okay, and what what did you say, teacher? That is
Well,
applicable in the
in the
context that we
context,
are
exactly.
talking about.
I was going to say that we men have a factory flaw, right? Like from babies, we are taught that we shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't talk about it, and we shouldn't talk even. You know, when there is some sentiment about that, we go to a different direction, and we try to distract ourselves so we don't speak about it.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
I think that is a strong consequence of how can we say machismo in English?
Exactly. The word is I think chauvinism, an aggressive and unreasonable belief that your own country is better than all others. No. Male chauvinism, the belief held by some men that men are more important, more intelligent, or better than women. No, but that's not the one, because that's directly talking about women. There should be another one. Let me check. Male pride. Probably is male pride. Pride. That's something that you probably have seen it talking about LGBT, right? Do you know what?
Oh,
Have you seen that one?
yes, but pride
Mm-hmm.
in the similar to the LGBT,
Exactly.
but
Similar to
with
LGBT.
male
There will
pride.
be male pride. Exactly.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's curious the way we can say it in
It's
in
curious for
English.
you because the first time you heard pride was with the gay community. But that doesn't have to be anything related to gay. Like the word pride is not gay, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. For us, the first time we heard that word is culturally because of the LGBTQ, but really that's not a gay word.
Okay.
Gay words don't exist.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I thought that maybe there is a just one word, a word that describes and that have all the concept as in
Ooh,
Spanish, that
yes.
we say machismo and you understand everything. You understand, for example, this part of the machismo or male
Mhm.
pride that is in the terms of feelings, but you understand too that it refers to the way they manage their job and I mean it's
Yeah, like you, the way they handle things, and you understand everything
yeah,
thanks to that.
everything that makes the the word have sense. It's
Mhm.
called.
But,
But
but of course, this is exactly what we were talking the other day. Is probably you understand something like when you hear the word machismo, and then another person understands a very different thing, and you are talking about the same topic, you know. So in that particular case, it will be a matter of understanding in cultural ways of approach, you know. So the fact understanding the word machismo in Spanish would be I understand everything that is related to this, right? For other person would be I understand everything that has happened to me that has affected me about this topic, no? So then you create two different versions of the word. You see?
okay.
That's why this particular concept is still on their works and we are still trying to learn it as a society. So
Yeah.
in English, usually they concise it in a different way, and that's the reason a lot of people, a lot of progressist people, like progressive people, they try to create English concepts because it's easier to explain it in English. You know,
Yeah, many things, and
many things are easier.
I realized that there are some words that, for example, express a whole situation or a whole feeling, and in Spanish there is not a
There
word,
is no the
a
concept.
specific word to say that you you have to explain too much or say a lot of words to give that meaning, that complete meaning. So yes,
This is when Englishism starts, when words become part of our language because it's easier to pronounce it in that word, and we are so near to them, then we adapt those words. So talking about social movements, it's very common to see English words coming up. Very, very common. And in this case will be male pride, female pride, and and the two are very, very different from just pride.
Okay.
Actually, it will be gay pride too. Pejorative.
There is an Instagram account, you can say, that help you as a man. That helps you as a man to, for example, the word deconstruir is a new word even in Spanish, because that word I read, it's from English.
Yes, it is. It's deconstruct.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Because I read in a psychologist book or paper that word didn't exist, but it comes when the mental health started to be more important in the society after COVID. So that is practical, and this is a new word in Spanish.
And we don't know where it comes from. Look at that. That's exactly, you gave an exact example of what I'm saying. People use English words because they explain it better or faster, and we don't even know. We are not knowing that we are using English concepts. You know, that's why it's everywhere. English is everywhere.
Okay.
It comes in the first definition is about literature, but you have to separate something into the parts from which it is made up. This is the concept that we are talking about.
Yes, more in the psychologist terms.
Exactly.
Okay, this into something. So we can say deconstruct. Okay.
Deconstruct.
Deconstruct into the main part.
Deconstruction.
Or how can how we can use the into that is there?
Well, this is a verb. And the into connects the thing that the resulting thing after you deconstruct it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So that'll be a different thing. But yeah, exactly. So a lot of these concepts, especially when we're talking about social movements, that many of them are actually copied from American society, and then we get that vocabulary adapted to us. If you are interested in that topic, I mean, you were saying about this Instagram account. I know the Instagram account that you are mentioning. A lot of girl.
Yeah.
I love how this is directed towards men, but it's followed by women because it's so feminine. All the Instagram account is so feminine. That doesn't connect with us, you know. Yeah, it's totally a way.
I think that okay. I think that
Yeah,
it has a very good information. Okay,
yeah.
some
The
posts,
information is fantastic. It's great,
yeah, but
but it's too
you refer
feminine.
the way they transmit information.
Exactly. The way
Okay.
is like the way they transmit it is definitely written by a woman. You know, it's like
Do
there's
you
no
think? Oh
definitely.
my god.
Yes. And I love the information. I read information. I was like, that's fantastic. I agree with all of this. I love it. But man, I need explosions, bro. I need a man like this telling me this information, you know? Like in my case, in my particular case. I
Okay,
need I
okay,
need explosions and cars and yeah, you are better because you communicate your feelings, bro. I love you, you know? Like that's the way I like it.
okay. You need the rock to say something
Exactly. I
like
need rock and roll and I need freaking fire, you know? It's like your feelings are amazing. We have to talk about them, you know, later.
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, you're right, you're right.
Exactly.
Let me send you the account Chucho by Instagram and you
Yes. Yeah,
Ah,
probably. I don't know
yes.
if Chucho will appreciate it. In my case, I didn't like it. I was like, boring.
Oh, yes.
yes.
Actually, I watched your stories, and yes, I remember the yes this is information, but I'm not uh, noticed. I was noticed the
I think that it depends that for example in my case I knew this account because a man friend,
Mhm.
uh, send it to me.
A male friend.
Um, male, yeah, a male
uh,
friend. Yes,
Cool.
and he told me, I love this account. I learned a lot from
Mm.
this. So I know that you enjoy it too, even you
Exactly.
are a woman, you know. So
Yeah,
I
it's not
think
a
that maybe it
gender
depends.
matter.
yes,
Uh,
Exactly. It's not
but
a gender
I
matter.
understand your point. I think that I agree too.
Yeah, there are ways to communicate the same message. In my personal case, I need something a little bit more flashy. The word flashy is the one I'm talking about. But of course, there are a lot of men who will uh, like get that, and also like there's a lot of information that I agree with in that account. It's like we we are men need to learn to normalize their emotions, feelings, the way they talk, how they are aggressive towards other people without noticing. Like there's so much to work on, you know, and that particular account gives you that information. Mhm.
yes, it helps a lot.
So cool.
I think, for example, oh, well, I always have been, I have always have been, I don't know, um, emotional. I don't know
Hmm.
how to express it.
Hmm.
But since January, that I had been trained with girls because uh, I don't know how to express it, but there are 3 groups of training in my pool.
Hmm.
So I at first it was strange because I only was ¿cuál es la palabra? Convivir,
Getting along with, spending time with.
spending time with girls training,
Mm.
and it was completely different than before because before I was only spending time with men.
Yes,
And I
so
had to change my
important,
chip
brother.
because with
Exactly.
men's,
Men.
it's a completely with men, it's a completely. or well, I don't know how. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I was accustomed to be a little bit salvaje.
Wild.
Exactly. You know,
yeah, because we for with guys we are like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
And since January, February, it was like, okay, I felt strange. And yes, suddenly there, I don't know, some girl was like, oh yes, when we end the training, like, good work, and it's like a hug with
exactly.
friendship, no, with love. And before I didn't do that, and it's like, okay, at first it was strange,
right?
You know, because I was not accustomed to do that. But now it's completely normal. It's like, yes.
What an important
and it was
thing.
strange. Yes.
That particular thing can make you can make you empathize with the other gender and normalize the way they are.
Yes.
And I think for men, the biggest problem for us is that we, well, many, especially chauvinistic man, right? Which is the one over here. Many male chauvinists, they think they are
Yes.
better than women because they have never had a female friend. Because they see women as relationship partners, or even worse, sex objects. They are very far from learning that a woman is a person, you know. It's so crazy how some people really don't consider that women are people. That's crazy.
Very wild.
Very wild, right? And they have been all the time in their own. And yes, these people have their mother, and not because they have a mother they will consider women
Yes.
as a person. They really need the time to get along with another person, to open themselves to get to know the other person as a person, right? And then they will consider, okay, wait, then we all here in the same reality. Wow. And that's what you are doing, and that's very good, brother. Like getting along with
Yes.
girls and getting to know, getting out of your comfort zone and exploring other circles. That's something that everybody needs to do.
Yeah, and it was interesting. It was pretty, because at first and before, I would say before, for me it was difficult to express my feelings physically with another person's.
Okay,
It was
yes.
like, oh yes, and that's close.
Oh, and there's no
And
heart.
yes,
Okay.
at first, for example, in February, I don't know, it was like, oh yes, good work, and I was like, "Es para allá," ¿no? But yeah, every day was like the same, and it was like, it feels pretty,
Which is
It's like,
good.
oh yes,
You are
and yes,
discovering something new.
and now it's like,
That is so interesting.
yes, it's because, for example, 1 year ago now, for me it was impossible.
Exactly.
For my past,
Yes.
no, to hug a friend, it was like completely strange,
Exactly.
And yes, I
Have you
think that's the
seen
reason.
in English? There's well, I have noticed that American people, because it's normal. It's very for many people, it's very normal to have a distance, a physical distance from one person to another, right? So when a person comes to you, like in Mexico, and kisses you to say hello, That's like, whoa, what's going on here? Why did you
Yes,
kiss me? Right?
yes, yes.
That particular part, we have culturally some habits that are very, very, how can I say, close to each other. And me too, brother. I remember that when I came to Mexico City, the first cultural shock that I had was that everybody said hello by kiss.
Yes, it's a
In,
classic.
in Querétaro, we don't do that.
No?
No. And we are 2 hours away. It's so near. So it was like so shocking to see, like, I was working at a school, and then people will say, hey, hello, and they were approaching, and I was like, holy, hey,
Yeah, the chair. Oh, no, no, no.
exactly. Whoa, 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 what you doing, man? You know?
Quieto. Yes.
Yeah. Well, in that precisely, I thought at some point that it was because people liked me. In this case, the only people who kiss to say hello were girls. So I was like, nah, this girl wants something. I don't know, you know. And then
Okay, yes.
I saw that it was everybody, and I was like, okay, so what's going on here? And then also I learned that I had a physical boundary. Do you know what is boundary?
Yes, yes.
I had a physical boundary, and I really didn't like to kiss people, and I still
Yes.
don't like it. Yeah. So I agree. I agree with you. I know how that transition has been. Mm-hmm.
It's strange, It's strange.
Mm-hmm. It's
How you
new.
can change. Yes.
Exactly. Which is the interesting part. And yeah, that was. We went very, very far from what I wanted to speak about, but that was very good. We
Yes.
learned a lot of things today. We needed to talk about relationships.
You need
Yes.
to express yourself as a man because it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's something not common, but it's I think that how can you say boundary.
Boundary. Mm-hmm. Bound.
Mhm. I think that some women have to
Yeah.
that, but that is more I don't know, a personal issue. But uh, for the hormones and the way we work in life as women,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's easier to break that
Yeah.
boundary,
Right.
and you have another uh, point that is very influence. That is the
Influential.
or how
Influential, because influence is
influence.
the verb.
Yes, influential. That is the male pride.
Yeah,
So like
that's something that screw us up. Everyone,
exactly.
everyone.
So you as men, it's more difficult to break that boundary because you have another issue that is social issue
Yeah, and
apart
that's
your personal issue, of course.
uh that's exactly why I hate radicals. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, my male pride has affected me too. Like, shut
Mm-hmm.
up. Like, radicals are so obsessed with themselves. That's
Yeah.
something that I hate. That makes me hate them so much. But but we are all doing an effort, and that's a good thing. And in the search of, like, that connects with the beginning. In the search of love, you need to feel completely sure about your convictions after a deconstruction sometimes, so you really feel that the person that you are either there's another example, the person that you are either trying to get in your life or dating is accepting you the way you are, with the construction and deconstruction, before and after, or
Yes.
while, you know
Yes.
like, doesn't matter what point of the construction you are, that person is going to accept you, and you want to accept the other person the same way. That's something super important in the search of love. if there is some, like the first red flag is like a face of disgust.
Yes.
You
Exactly.
know, that's
Obviously,
the
yeah.
first red flag. Is like, dude, nah, not this person. I'm going to see that face all my life. No, thank you.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
No,
Red flag.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that word. Yes. But yes.
That's a
Exactly.
first red flag. There's so many red flags that you can say. So you can also take yourself as a main priority. You know, because yes, you are deconstructing. Yes, for yourself, but most of it is also to have social interaction. You know, like it's 50-50. It's yes for you, but it's also for having friends and knowing new people.
Yes.
It's so interesting,
A lot
man.
of.
I feel like I feel like the old guy talking here, like getting giving you portions of knowledge, life knowledge to you.
Yes.
It's so cool. I always wanted this. I always wanted this. But yeah, that's the thing about love. So beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that the conclusion is that love is beautiful. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter if you
exactly.
are men, you are women, you are whatever you
Whatever you
want
are.
Whatever you
to
are,
be. It's cool.
that moves us. Have you
Yes.
ever seen Interstellar?
No.
Mm.
Oh my god, what a wonderful movie! And forgetting about the science fiction and putting the science fiction apart,
Oh, yes. Okay. Good.
there is a point where they are trying to figure out a formula to come back to Earth because they are in the space and they lost way too much time in space, and because of physical problems,
Okay.
their kids became older than them, you
Okay.
know. So at some point they give up. They are so sad that they give up and they say, we are not going to see our family again.
Mm.
We promised them that we were coming back, but we are not going to see them again. And when they give up, one person, Dr. Brandt, I remember her name because it's like so beautiful what she says. It's like, I won't give up. No, or even though I gave up watching them, the probability to see them, we have not, the only thing that we have is science. That's the only thing that we understand. And if something that we haven't taken into the formula is love, because it doesn't matter. Look at how it doesn't matter how distance, time, uh, fractals, the distance between one and another. There is no other power that is changing what I am feeling in this moment. There is no other type of variable in the formula that is changing how much I feel for my daughter today, and for my dad, and for my people, and for my husband and my wife.
Oh, wow, that's very deep.
When she says that, dude, this is so crazy. Like that is. You need to watch that movie, and the moment when she says that, and it makes everything makes total
Yes.
sense. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter where you are, you feel it, and it's there. And probably it's gonna
Okay.
drag you, like it's gonna move you. Like who knows?
Okay. Well, this week I have a lot of free time, so I have to see it.
You have to watch Interstellar. It's what a wonderful movie, man.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
And yeah, it's one of the fact time exists. Is what are the The basics of physics is time, distance, and speed. Yes. Time, distance, and speed, and she was taking into the formula love. Like, I was like, what? So wonderful. But yeah.
Yes. Love is complex. You know?
Yeah. That's why.
Well, yes.
Anyway, what's your example with either, Sophie?
Yes.
Okay.
After 1 hour.
1 hour later.
Sorry.
I don't have time to think about it because I don't think about it a lot.
Well, you can make an example of love at the end, right? That doesn't.
Yes.
You need to learn to speak about your feelings.
Yeah. Mm, I don't know.
1 hour listening to you.
And also, Chucho, you owe me one because your example actually was wrong.
Well, but it's Sophie's time because
Yes,
I
think about
spend
it.
a lot of time.
Think about one.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Don't worry.
It maybe you can make me a question. No, and I try to answer with either.
How do society? What are the two radical points where a person in need of deconstruction feel? What are the 2 points where that can make you think this person needs a deconstruction, this person needs to go to therapy, for example, something like that? Just give a moment because Jessie is in the chat. Hello, Jessie. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
So I will take attendance, please. Is here Sophie? Jesus.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Sophie. Thank you to be here. And so somebody else?
That's it, girl.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, Jessie. Bye-bye.
See you.
Thank you.
See you in a moment.
Okay. That's a good question. I think that there are 2 specific points that can be happening and at the same time.
Okay.
Either a feeling of either a angry feeling or
a feeling of what's right. But a feeling of what? The sentiment is called anger.
Anger. Okay. Anger. Feeling of anger. Feeling of anger because yes, feeling of anger or feeling of how can I say this? Because it's not negativity, it's negación.
Let me check. Wait. Denial. Yes. Denial. What an important. Look at all the vocabulary that is B2 and C1 that we are searching today.
Yes.
I need to include a lesson of this in the course.
Denial. Okay. Yes.
All right. So say your sentence again because I think it was incomplete. I don't know if you're connecting a phrase or you're connecting two phrases in the parallelism or two sentences, or it's incomplete.
Okay. There are two. I think that when someone starts to deconstruct himself, there are two things that can happen at the same time. Either a feeling of anger or a feeling of denial.
Okay, so you okay, that makes sense. You're using two noun phrases, a feeling of and a feeling of, and that was a pretty good.
I can admit a feeling of in the second option. For example, a feeling of anger or
denial. Exactly.
Denial.
Because at the end it's a noun. Like when you say a feeling of, it's a noun. So there is parallelism.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I like it. Your turn to show.
For example, I was eating my donut and I didn't think.
So let me tell you the question. If I tell you, what factors can destroy a relationship in your experience?
Okay. What a personal. Se puso muy personal en inglés.
Well, one thing is that Samantha, you give her a name,
Yes.
You start giving a specific.
With
Exactly.
with name and last name.
With this girl, I was like that. With that girl, she did this.
Who lives in?
Who lives in? If you would generalize the whole thing, how would you say it?
Okay. For example, a relationship can be destroyed either there is no communication between each other, or one of the parts is not what is this word? Committed. Yes, fiel.
Loyal.
One
Let's
of the
go to
person is not
synonyms.
loyal.
Synonyms first. Because you said fiel, right?
Sí. Sí.
Faithful.
What?
The word faithful can be one.
Okay.
Probably unfailing, but I have not seen many examples with this. I would use faithful better. Or true. The word true is also very, very common in this context.
So a relationship can be destroyed either there's no communication between each other, or one of the parts is not true.
What is the plural of person?
One of the people.
One of the people.
Is not true.
Not true. Okay, your example is perfectly fine, and I love it because you have one sentence parallel with another sentence, either this, either that. But there is something that you're missing, and there is a connector that you need in this case. You said No. You said it. That's not a problem. The first part was something that can destroy. Or can you repeat the first part?
A relationship can be destroyed.
A
Yeah,
relationship
by
can be destroyed. Exactly. Either you need by or you use the connector when.
what? By.
And you have these two options. After the connector, you say either.
Okay.
Okay.
A relationship can be destroyed by either there is no communication or one of the people is not true.
Ta-da. That sounds more complete.
If I want to summarize one part,
There's no way. Exactly. So there's like I was thinking about a Venn diagram to make an example.
okay, yes. It's a good
You know what I
example.
mean?
It's a good way.
Let's say that we have connection. I don't know how to make Venn diagrams in PowerPoint. This is the first time I'm gonna make one. Like normally, no?
Draw a circle. And you put a circle together.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's like sentence.
Magic.
Number one, magic. Then we use the connector.
Sorry, teacher. I'm so funny sometimes. Not my intention.
I have no problem with that, brother.
Okay.
I am that guy too. And then we go over here with connector and then either, because here's when you started with either. No?
That is like a flux diagram.
Oh, flux, exactly. Sorry, it was not Ben. It was flux. Yes.
Yes.
And when we start with either option one.
Literal. This is Spanish when you say, I had to explain it you with apples.
Exactly. Exactly. But you know what? Something that I have learned as a teacher is that you cannot assume that the other person understood.
Yes, a lot.
It's like, or you cannot assume that everybody understands the same way you understand. That is something that is so, a lot of teachers get desperated because the other person doesn't understand their explanation, but they don't empathize with the way the student understands. Some people understand visually, other people don't get things at all. Other people understand only grammar and it's not necessary. In the case of Chucho, for example, with you, I have no problems teaching you grammar. But then you had other partners that I needed a second way or another way to explain the same thing.
Yes, I imagine.
So connector, sentence connector.
Teacher, just for curiosity, how can I say despeinado?
Oh crap. When your hair is undone.
A lot of
words for the same thing.
Not fastened or tight. Okay. Undone.
So I really like your example because it was a passive voice example.
Yes. Yes. Passive voice.
And then automatically we can associate that with the connector by. It was
yes.
A relationship can be destroyed by or when either this or that. And it's a complete sentence. That was a nice example. Okay, there we go. There we go. Do you have any question?
Well, no. I know. No.
That is fantastic, because that is the end of today's class.
After you burns me?
After you humiliate me. I'm sorry for the humiliation. That was not my intention. I promise.
What how can I say? In what movie a person says, esa es una que todos se saben, pero no me acuerdo en cuál. Creo que es Shrek, ¿no? No puede ser Shrek.
I have no idea.
No. Well, forget it.
Sure.
Yes. I will find it.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, forget it.
Okay. So it's at the end it's like an L. If you want a visual reference, it's going to be an L. You know, you start here, and then you need to think about the option 2, like that. And when you continue the conversation, you're gonna go here. Let's say that. Let's group this. Let's say that your conversation is going to continue this way. Right? Like the word either, you need to think of it as a little deviation of your main point, because your main point is going to continue here.
After the two options.
After the two options, yes. So let's say your idea would be continuation. You start with your idea, this is this, either this happens or this happens, but blah, 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 blah. You know, and that can make you like have a visual cue of how it works, because this particular diagram is going to work for the rest, for whether or, neither or, and all the words. This connector, the first one, is optional.
Yeah,
this one over
exactly.
Here is optional.
Of the word.
Exactly, it depends on what you need.
Exactly.
If you say if, of, when, where, in this case was by, no? But let's say that you are making a little parenthesis before continuing to the next idea.
Yes.
That's the way it works.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Very interesting. Okay, guys, have a very nice Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Right?
Right.
Thanks for the chat. Thank you for the deconstruction. That was nice.
Yes, it was a gift.
Yes,
for
it
the
was.
therapy.
Thank you for the therapy.
Tomorrow, I promise that I won't open my mouth at the first of the class. I promise.
Oh, you opened a very nice window. Now I know that I need to include a lesson about this. Oh, by the way, before we go, I wanted to show you an Instagram account that has all this information.
Okay.
There is a word called impact. This is the one. Check this out. You really want social activism? Watch this. Read this.
Oh, okay.
Freaking love this website. You really want to get like kicked in the butt to know if you're doing something right or something wrong? Check this website. It's so impactful. Sometimes I feel like they are actually teaching me stuff. So like, oh my god, I didn't consider this is bad. I have never
Okay.
thought that was bad. Yeah,
Yes, it happens. Yes.
it's so interesting. This one and environment is also good, but that's another topic. But if you're really interested into social movements, you should definitely read this. So good, and it's more like the information is even bigger and
Yes.
further with sources, and so good, so good. Check it out.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. I will do
Okay.
it.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a
See
See
nice
you.
you.
day.
Bye.
Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.
Bye.
Where is the bot? Salir. Nos vemos.
Bye.